So tell me about the selling process. Then you sold again with Natalie, and how did that go?
Honestly, the selling was way easier than the buying. It was a matter of, we knew we had to pack up a lot of stuff, and we'd been doing that gradually leading up to even selling. And the hardest part was keeping the place clean with our 1-year-old son destroying everything constantly. But she made it so easy. People came in and took the pictures, did the measurements. We really, other than all we had to do was really keep the place clean.
Mm-hmm.
And
we knew that
when people came over.
When we bought the condo, we knew from our experience from buying that we would sell with Natalie because she was so good to us. And so because we have a little boy who's now 18 months old, but when he was much younger, obviously we couldn't exist in a 1-bedroom condo for very long. So I started making noises to Meg saying, we need to start thinking about upgrading, even though we're not sort of mentally prepared to leave yet. This is going to take months or years to get out of here, because I imagine finding a house that's good for us and finding someone who likes our condo is going to, and that process was way simpler than we expected. We sent Natalie a message and she got back in touch and said, great, I'll come over. And she came over and looked around and gave us an evaluation and said, I feel as though your house is worth this much now, and these are the kind of places you could afford, and where would you like to move? And so she did all the work for us, and she was very professional and very calm and friendly, and I think she was very glad to be asked back, and we were glad to have her back.
And how important do you think having the full color feature sheet, the video, and the web presence, and everything that was done was to getting your condo sold? Well,
we sold our condo in a week, so it's hard for us to tell whether or not that was because of the great presentation or because we had a good place to sell, because we don't have any experience with having a place sitting on the market for months. So in our experience, we looked at the feature sheet that was made and thought, wow, I'd buy that place. That looks great. And and she offered a great deal of service in that way. But and I'm sure it did contribute.
I can only
to the place
imagine
being
that the level
sold.
of professionalism and all of that marketing helped. Surely.
And she offered three levels of marketing, and we chose this middle level. And that was it was terrific. I believe the next level up included newspaper advertisements and things like that, which she said she gave us the advice, and she was well within her rights to say you should go with the highest level of advertising because it affected her commission, but she didn't push that at all on us. She said, do whatever you need to do, and she was very candid by saying not many people buy houses out of the newspaper anymore, so it's all online, and so she was fine when we said we'll take the middle level, and
Okay, and did you order the status certificate ahead of time?
Yes.
Yes. So what was the advantage of doing that?
Well, I guess we had it in hand when an offer was made, so they were able to, it just sped up the process. Right? She asked us to do that well before because we were looking for houses before we actually sold, and it was as we were looking, she said, if you're going to sell soon, you should order that. It can take a while, and so we did, and so we had that in hand when we were ready to put it on the market. So that was smart. It was the little details like that she was sort of giving us the heads up in advance. So make sure you do that, and forever sending us checklists. Remember to do this, and that's always helpful.
So she helped you with the condo and helping you what you should do to help sell it. Yeah, and saying definitely declutter, definitely tidy.
Take down the family pictures, and when we first moved in, we thought this condo is great, but it's something of a fixer-upper, and if we found the time and the money, then maybe we should rebuild the bathroom or rebuild the kitchen, and we didn't get to those projects. And so when she came in, we were a little worried that she was going to say, if you really want to sell this place, you're going to need to redo the cabinets. But she was never pushy like that. She never asked us that. She never told us that there was anything that we.
Yeah, she suggested a lick of paint in a couple of spots, just tidying bits and pieces, and that seemed to make the difference. Nothing like a good clean, too, right?
So overall, how was the selling process for you?
It was a breeze.
It was easy. The thing that was actually the hardest, like the keeping it clean, and with our son being little, getting out of the house when we needed to clear out for viewings was for me personally the hardest. But that had nothing to do with with Natalie. It had to do with our son being kind of demanding, and
Yeah, but we had only 5 or 6 people through before we sold it. It was really quite. I mean,
it was quick and painless for us.
Painless. And the lady who made the offer made the offer on the spot as soon as she saw the place. She and I mean that was testament to all the advice that we'd had, I believe.
Yeah, I mean our experience with Natalie and with Remax was really fantastic. It was better than we could ever have hoped. We bought a condo and a house, and the first condo or first place that our son came home to after he was born, and first place where he's had his own bedroom. So we feel very very fond of the process, because it's allowed our family to grow and expand. And Natalie Lynch was very much part of that.